They are like ordinary weapons, only many times more powerful. They are highly intelligent and are difficult to outrun. They can navigate complex terrain. They can track and identify targets using thermal imaging and facial recognition. These are the three dangers. Surveillance. They gather valuable intel. Sabotage. They destroy vital infrastructure. Strikes.
Holy chicken moly. That is wild. Welcome back to the channel. This is Not Without My TV. I am Chris, and I've got Tiana here with me today. And today we're going to be reacting to something that's equal parts, you know, Scott Ridley sci-fi and Orwellian dystopia.
Yep, we're diving into the world of robot dogs, because apparently regular dogs weren't terrifying enough.
So let's just go ahead and keep going.
Destroy vital infrastructure. Strikes. They can be deadly dangerous. You can protect yourself and your family. Later on, we shall show you what steps to take. To accomplish their objectives, they can be deployed by air using vampire drones. They can be equipped with mobility features like a robotic arm or outfitted with one of these weapon systems: an assault rifle, a sniper rifle, an anti-tank rocket launcher, or a flamethrower. Although they hunt alone, they can also be deployed in a pack for maximum damage. This is called a swarm. A swarm can communicate and coordinate to achieve its objective: killing sentient life. If you are being attacked by quadrupedal autonomous agents, these are the sounds you must recognize. First, if an attack is coming, then you will hear the hum of drones in the sky. They sound like this. Next,
that's terrifying.
Their mechanical movements and operating sounds. Although quiet when alone, if a swarm is on the move, they sound like this. You may also hear the swarm communicate, like this. The heat signature of a robot dog is the same as a rabbit's, making them difficult to detect with thermal imaging. But if it is dark, mounted optic lasers or glowing sensors can be seen with the naked eye.
Mounted optic glowing lasers. Okay, so this has Boston Dynamic vibes all over it, right? The robot dog's movements are eerily lifelike, like it's auditioning for a role in Black Mirror, right? If you haven't seen that, you got to check it out, Netflix. It's crazy. It's got agility and balance. These things handle stairs, uneven terrain, and even jump with precision. That's more coordination than most of us before coffee. I don't do anything before coffee.
If this thing starts barking in binary, I'm out. It doesn't shed, but it might accidentally email your boss.
So I think people and dogs alike are both amazed and slightly terrified. It's the classic cool tech versus dystopian future debate. I'm telling you, everything gets used as a weapon. Right? Let's get back to the video.
If you make visual contact with a robot dog in your neighborhood, please alert the authorities. Anytime robot dogs are identified, warnings of the attack will be broadcast through a text message, warning and sound. When you hear any of these sounds, you and your family must take action at once. Do not stay out of doors.
Kiss your ass
If you
goodbye.
are caught out in the open, remember the acronym: race cars travel fast. Run, cover, trap, fight. If running is possible, always choose this option first. Remember to stay low. Break visual contact with cameras or
Race cars
sensors
travel fast.
and maintain your
Race cars
distance
travel
until
fast.
you reach cover.
Race cars travel fast.
When looking for cover, remember the acronym: stop my hat, thanks. Staircases, moving surfaces, holes, and thin places.
Holes.
Staircases or ramps can be difficult to climb. Stack various objects on them to make it even more difficult.
Robots don't like
If the robot
holes.
dog does not come with an arm, use elevators. If it does, avoid them. If possible, climb down holes with ropes or ladders.
Holes.
Lastly, create hard-to-follow paths by using tall, thin beams, like spanning the gap in a stairwell. A robot dog's leg width is 500 millimeters. Look for objects with a width of at most 400 millimeters. If you are caught out in the open during a robot dog raid,
Millimeters.
find a
Americans
safe
have
house
no
closest
clue.
to you and barricade yourself inside. Once secured, you might be shut in there for days. But the world goes on, and deadlines are looming.
The beat goes
But
on.
you're away from your desk with no options except to risk your neck. If you have
The
created
beat
ample
goes
distance and have found cover,
on.
good job. See if the threat will pass. If it does not pass, you must trap it.
It's not going to pass.
Now is the time to use your anti-QRA survival pack. This mobile toolkit contains tools to help you trap, confuse, and evade
Got
your
your
attacker.
Candles in your
We
water
will show you how
bottles.
to construct one. Never leave the house without some or all of these items. A balaclava and sunglasses to avoid targeted attacks through facial recognition. Flares to give off a bright heat signature that confuses thermal imaging. A small
You get caught with any of these items while you're walking around at night, you're going to jail. You forget about those robot dogs.
powder-based fire extinguisher to create a dust cloud that can cover sensors and create a smoke screen. A high-powered LED light or laser to confuse camera and LiDAR sensors. A paintball gun or water balloons filled with paint to blind them. A sturdy rope throwing net to entangle its limbs. Or a strong fishing magnet with a rope to snap to the dog's body and tie it down.
Man, this is
Although
Scooby-Doo
effective,
stuff.
these tools are not guaranteed to work. If you still cannot shake it off, use these distractions to make it to your
I
primary
really
safe
like
zone.
this animation.
They
they're
will
using.
likely follow you there. A safe zone is a location within your neighborhood or immediate surroundings that you are familiar with. If possible, it contains access to fresh water and has amenable food stores inside or around the vicinity. It is important to note, no place is safer than any other. The risk is as great in the countryside as in the city. Although you might panic and try to move, we advise against this. You are just as safe in your home as anywhere else. No one will know where the safest place will be.
Resistance is
In fact,
futile.
you are far better off at home because it is the place you know
Because there's no other place
and
like
where
it.
you are known. If you move, there is no guarantee others will open their doors for you.
Wait, did he just say because it's where you are, where you know, and where you are known? Let me see. I got it.
Will be. In fact, you are far better off at home because it is the place you know and where you are known. If you will be. In fact, you are far better off at home because it is the place you know and where you are known. If you move, there is no guarantee others will open their doors for you. I repeat, you are better off in your own home. During an attack, however, turn off heat sources like camp stoves and extinguish small cook fires. If you live in a house, a bungalow, or prefab, the safest place is the basement. If you do not have a basement, choose to stay in a room far away from the roof.
Who has a
outside
basement?
walls, doors, and windows. Dogs armed with rocket launchers, flamethrowers, or assault rifles
What?
may be able to penetrate these, especially if they are working together in a swarm. To make sure that they
This dog doesn't fetch sticks, it fetches data.
Tiana, imagine walking this thing on a leash. You need Wi-Fi. We need hotspots, like software updates.
do not get inside, however, we suggest building some or all of these anti-QRA booby traps and obstacles around your safe zone. Slippery surfaces. It has difficulty walking and may fall on slippery surfaces. Smooth materials like metal roofing sheets or plywood covered with a plastic tarp will work for this. Erect these at an angle, facing away from your safe zone around major entry points. Make them slippery by using lubricants, oils, fats, or grease. Even sand or dust can work for this. Cords. It cannot detect cords until it's too late. Place these strategically around your safe zone in a loose nest to entangle limbs or...
Forget barking at the mailman. This one probably scans his retina.
tied between two stakes as a tripwire. Short, unstable objects. It may not automatically avoid unstable objects that are less than 30 centimeters above the ground and may fall by stepping on such objects. Fill the perimeter of your hideout with plenty of trip hazards like sticks, wires, and other trash. Mirrors. Transparent, mirrored, or very bright surfaces
Mirrors.
that use its camera and LiDAR sensors. Place these around entryways to hide them. Moving surfaces. Moving surfaces such as escalators, walkways, vehicles, and boats can disrupt its walking system. Moats or pits.
That's why they got those flying
if your
drones,
safe zone
though.
allows you to dig a deep moat or pit around it, do so. Ensure
Dig a
the walls
moat
are
around
straight,
your home.
at least 2 meters deep and over 1 meter wide. They can jump up to 1.5 times its body length. A chain link fence. Although it could be cut, melted, or blown up, a chain link fence could slow down a swarm considerably. If none of these deterrents have worked, you cannot escape and are in immediate danger, move to the final step. Fighting it should be an absolute last resort. If you do not have a gun, get behind it, then quickly grab the handle underneath and yank it forward to disable the battery. Exercise
The
utmost
old
caution.
Yankee Doodle.
Keep your hands away from the joints. They will crush your fingers if you are not careful. Alternatively, find the motor lockout button located behind the robot and press it. This will physically disconnect the motors, rendering the robot inactive. If you are unable to get that close, grab a long, blunt object like a sledgehammer and wish yourself luck. If you have access to a gun, aim for its battery pack. Do this with caution. If ion batteries are pierced, they can start a self-oxidizing fire that is very hard to extinguish. As the battery packs on military-grade QRAs are armored, this may not always work. In this case, target its other weak spots, including sensors, joints, and motors. However, the likelihood of having to fight a robot dog can be greatly reduced by choosing your hideout location carefully.
They're choosing not
Stay
to
hidden. Avoid movement
make
during
enemies
peak
with
patrol
robot
periods.
dogs.
If you have followed all of the steps in this video, you could manage to survive for a long period of time.
So that video was sent to me by my cousin Michelle from Sacramento. Hey Michelle, thank you. That was something else, I'll tell you what. That was a very informative video about robot dogs. I'm not sure what type of scenario that information would be useful in. I mean, I guess during the robot dog attack, of course, but the whole having a safe zone and separate from your home, and then even equipping both of those places with booby traps, like what kind of society is this for? Was this filmed for? Who was this made for? But I mean, I guess that was pretty impressive, though, right? And terrifying, a little of both. Yep. So go ahead and let us know down in the comments below. Would you adopt a robot dog yourself, or are you gonna stick to, like the kind that eat your shoes, chase around the squirrels? So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, or we really appreciate it.
Why
I
did
will
the
see you
cat
next time.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell before the robot dogs do it for you.
Without my TV. No, but seriously, bring the TV.